Let me be clear. This is not about Angel Reese. This is not about Caitlin Clark. This is not about Ryan Clark. This is about RG3 being a Super Saiyan milkman who has not had an ESPN check in quite some time, who has not had an NFL check in quite some time, and his podcast with his wife, his milk wife, is flailing. They no longer have their main primary sponsor. They're not on some network that they first initially signed with. And this man is trying to drive impressions on X, on Twitter, on whatever the case may be, YouTube, to sell his brand. This man got bills. So I want everybody to be very clear on what is happening right now. So don't really buy into all these narratives that, such and such hates this person, and I'm going to use this because he needs the impressions. Okay, not only for subscribers, for his YouTube checks. All right, he, like I, have this independent channel. We don't have any primary flagship sponsors as of yet. He used to. He has lost all of that, and him on his second milk wife has no longer, by the way, no longer has a flagship sponsor. So they got bills, they got kids. He was talking about having an NFL comeback the other day. They need to pay the bills. That's all this is about. So I'm going to take the passion out of my voice and now talk about this subject. How did we even get here? All right. I'm going to read RG3's tweets. Everybody knows Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark got into a bit of a dust up the other day. It was a hard WNBA foul that was called a flagrant foul, and many are saying that it was because the refs wanted to make sure the game didn't get out of hand. They felt like it was a lot of retaliation going on, so they decided to call a flagrant when it may not have been a flagrant in and of itself. Now, Robert Griffin, RG3, Robert Griffin, Milkman, has decided to weigh in, and after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese in the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. Now, see, that's the first thing. He didn't even talk about Caitlin's flagrant foul before he started talking about Angel Reese. Uh, can't continue to lie that she dislikes Caitlyn. That had nothing to do with nothing, Robert. You knew what you were doing. You out here race baiting, looking for clicks. Let me continue. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese, all caps, hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. So it's deeper than that. Why would it be deeper than that? RG3, when they've been in the same room, they're competitors, but it is deeper than that. And you know what hate looks like. Really. Really now. Okay. Now, he also said Angel Reese, again, hates Caitlin Clark and staring us all right in the face, but people are afraid to say it. Why wouldn't it be the other way around is another way I'm thinking about it. Anyway, won't answer questions about Caitlin Clark. Really? That's interesting. And the reason why you're saying that is race baiting again. Gets mad when people praise Caitlin Clark for the explosion of popularity around women's basketball. Celebrates when her teammates flagrantly foul Caitlin Clark, goes after and tries to punch Caitlin after a routine, make them earn it foul after Angel Reese fouled Aaliyah Boston with a push in the back that wasn't called. That's not just hate, that's jealousy and resentment. Some people get uncomfortable when you say Angel Reese hates or is jealous of Caitlin because of the complex racial history of America and historical stereotypes of the angry or jealous black woman. I understand that. Angel Reese isn't some jealous black woman, which is hilarious. Like, bro, I don't know if you dating black women, not that I've seen. So how would you know the genetic makeup, like to have that kind of experience? Anyway, Angel is an NCAA champion, so on and so forth. She doesn't like how Caitlyn is crowned while she's criticized for showing the same confidence and fire in her own way. That's not an assumption. That's what Angel Reese has said and shown us all. That seems to be a fact that seems to be an opinion you're stating as a fact there, RG3. I'm not going to give this man too much more impression credits here. Angel Reese has beat Caitlyn but never outshined her. Even when Angel won the national title, the First Lady wanted to see her and Caitlyn at the White House. Isn't that something? Yeah. Over time, the hate and resentment has built up from all of this. You can see it in her overreaction to the routine basketball play foul. I'm just the one not afraid to say it. And you have the milk in the background. All right, if you go down his Twitter timeline, you see nothing but him and his wife trying to sell these products. You see him and his wife try to have their podcasts, have impressions on YouTube and Spotify, whatever. Hey, whatever you got to do to pay the bills. But we know what you are and we know what you're doing. You're a conservative person that's trying to go into this conservative lane, just like Whitlock, just like Marcellus Wiley, when you want to say the things that you feel the other side, the people that don't look like you want to say, but you say, hey, I'm not afraid to say it. Come look at me. Come tune into my podcast with me and my milk wife. And if you're wondering why I keep referring to milk, is because that's what he always refers to his wife as. Tall glass this, tall glass that. I love my milk. So for case in point, so far that's all Ryan Clark remembers RG3 saying when he was at ESPN, always referring to his wife as that and making corny milk jokes. Now Ryan was very, very polished about it. He feels that, hey, you're speaking on all this black women experience, and you have not shown that you have had any recent experience with that, as both of your wives have been non-black. They've been white. You went through a messy divorce. I'm sure, there was some kind of money, some kind of deal cut with that. You then went to Florida State, if I got that correct, went on campus and recruited your current wife, and that's your business. Who was also a professional athlete, which I'm sure you had to support that as well. And then you had wonderful kids, and kids are expensive. And then you had your NFL career that you feel that maybe was cut too short. I can understand that. You ended up being a backup. You were an absolute bust in a lot of people's eyes. I think you definitely underachieved. I wouldn't call you a bust. You were able to stick around the league. I'm sure you got your pension, but that's not going to kick in until, in your 50s. So now you're watching the clock. What am I going to do for the next however many years? I have all this new milk round here, and I got to make sure I can serve my money and pay these bills. I think you may be living check to check, brother, and you are looking for your next gig. And I know you may have got something with Amazon or something coming up, but that is definitely project freelance work. And you need something more stable so you can keep these bills getting paid. Or you're going to have to downsize, and maybe you will. And I'm not wishing anything on you, but I just want to let you know, we all see you for what you are. We all see you for what you're doing. And I think it's sad. I really do. I think you're not better than that, and that's what you're displaying. Ryan Clark, like I said, was very nice about it, but for the most part, you're chasing clicks.